Hey guys, Rob Alden here. Welcome to a brand new episode. Today, we are making a Clarified Apple Cider Old Fashioned. So this video is actually a response to a YouTube challenge, so let me explain. So in his recent Halloween episode, Kevin over at Cocktail Time with Kevin Kos issued a challenge to Jean-Felix from Truffles on the Rocks. And the challenge was to create a cocktail with some clarified apple juice. I thought to myself, this sounds like fun. Why not partake in the challenge myself? So I decided to make a drink that was featured by David at Booze on the Rocks, the Apple Cider Old Fashioned. An awesome drink which was also featured by our boy Vino Valentino over at 60 Second Cocktails. Confused? I am. Well, anyways, guys, these are 4 awesome cocktail channels. You should subscribe. You should check them out. So go ahead and do that. The links will be in the description down below. Subscribe! All right, let's get back to the cocktail. First thing we got to do is clarify some apple cider. All right, so I went with some dark, cloudy apple cider. And the method I decided to try was some Pectic Enzyme, which is an enzyme, obviously. You're going to mix it with the apple cider. You're going to let that sit for a long time. I let it sit for overnight. And it's going to separate. It's going to eat up all the pulp, all the pectin inside the apples, and all you have to do after that is strain it through a coffee filter. You might have to repeat the process a few times, but you'll end up with a pretty clear product. This is what I had. So there's the original cider, there's the clarified. It's not perfect, I know. I wish it was clearer. I tried, but hey, whatever. We're just gonna work with it. Side note, another great use for Pectic Enzyme, mix it in water and soak some mandarin slices. It's gonna eat away all the white pith and leave you with these gorgeous little orange segments, just like they come from a can. It's a great hack for any parent of young children. All right, back to the drink. So, this calls for rye whiskey. I would normally use my Canadian Club, but I figured we're making a clarified drink. Why not use a clear whiskey? This is White Owl. It's a Canadian whiskey that is aged for 3 years in oak barrels and then filtered to remove all the color. Pretty cool. We're also going to sub out the ginger slices in the original recipe for some ginger bitters. All right, so let's get to it. We're going to start with 1.5 ounces of our clear White Owl whiskey. I could have went with all whiskey, but I decided to do 1/2 ounce of Apple Brandy, just to amp up the apple flavor. I'm using Boulard Calvados. It's a French apple brandy. Could have used Apple Jacks, but I'm out. I'm so sad that I'm out of Applejack. But this one's great too. All right, next up we have our lemon juice. I actually also attempted to clarify my lemon juice. The same method. It didn't really work out that well. I mean, it's smoother, but not very clear. Hey, I'm learning while I'm doing this. All right, 1.5 ounces of our clarified apple juice, or apple cider. That's a much lower amount than the original recipe, but I wanted this to be a bit of a stiffer drink. So I went with a much lower amount of the apple cider. Lastly, 4 dashes of our ginger bitters. Hopefully that's going to replace that ginger aroma from the ginger slices. All right, we're going to stir this drink. I figured stirring would be better than shaking. Again, I'm trying to keep this as clear as possible, so less agitation, less bubbles, a clearer end product. At least that's my hypothesis. All right, crack some ice. Let's begin stirring. 15-20 second stir. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that button, hit the bell, get notified every time we release new content, which is twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week when we have these occasional YouTube challenges. All right, we're serving this in a rocks glass, and of course, a nice clear, crystal clear ice ball. I mean, the theme of the video is clarity. All right, let's get our julep strainer, and let's pour our concoction over into our rocks glass. Now it's much clearer than the original apple cider. It's still quite cloudy. I am a little upset at that. I do apologize, Kevin. I tried. All right, we're gonna garnish this one with a lemon peel. It's just a little fancier. This is a stiffer version of the drink that David made, so I think the nice fancy lemon is appropriate as a garnish. But we're also going to add a cinnamon stick because this is the apple cider old fashioned. It's got to have that cinnamon stick. All right, there you have it. There is your clarified drink. But in order to see how it stands up against the original, we got to make the original. So I'm going to quickly make David's version of the apple cider old fashioned. I'm going to channel my inner 60-second cocktail and make this as fast as I can. I am not cheating by speeding up the footage. I do actually move that fast. I'm just that fast. All right, and there we go. So there you have it, guys. We've got our clarified apple cider old fashioned and our classic apple cider old fashioned. Let's taste them. So the clarified one is quite different, actually. It's very clean. It's smooth. It's very subtle apple flavor. I was surprised how toned down that apple flavor got, actually. The ginger's present in the bitters. I could have dashed a few more, but they are there. It's a stiffer drink, as in we did lower the amount. It's a stiffer drink, but still quite enjoyable. Is it better than the original apple cider old fashioned? No, it's not. David, you win. Yours is still much better. But this was a fun video nonetheless. It was fun to do. Thank you for letting me partake in this challenge, Kevin. Jean-Felix, I can't wait to see what you'll come up with. I'm sure you'll completely school me in how to properly clarify apple juice. But either way, this was a fun video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Odin is enjoying the first snow of the season. And we will see you next time. Cheers.